Hey guys, what's up? Just coming back with my daily trade review for October 26th, 2023. And today I had just two on my watch list. I had which I wasn't sure could have gone both ways in between daily and weekly levels, and APA, which I've never traded before, but it just dumped at the open. And these type of stocks that I've never traded before, I'm kind of leery of them, and I will add them on my watch list based on what I see on the previous day, ranges, levels. But I like to get familiar with the stock in terms of how the price moves, what the spread is, and I'll add filters to them just to kind of filter out stocks that I typically trade, which is 50 million float, anything above $10. And again, it just takes a little bit of time getting used to them, and so that's why I stayed away from this, and it didn't set up. But out of the open, or right at the open anyway, I took which I did get a little bit of green from, and I had a long-term level on this, but what I was specifically looking at was the daily level. So I was looking to play this both ways. Short, if it held these two levels here from previous days, 2-3 days ago. Of course, I'm always looking for a fake break or any other signals that can potentially assist in the trade or give me that additional edge based on the order book and volume price action. And it did pop up. It tested twice. It did a double top here, but I got in on the initial move down, added into it, 50% partial, and then break even here. Actually, just very, very small loss here. And so that was it. Would I watch it normally? It did do a double top, like I said earlier, and come back down. But once the trade fails, I tend to limit myself to maybe 2 trades or 2 attempts, 3 max if I see it still has potential. It was kind of weird. I didn't really like the way it made this big move, and it didn't feel right. So at that point, I just bail on this trade. Second trade that I took today was CHWY, and this was very similar move to where it did a double top off a larger time frame level. This was a 60 level that I had marked from earlier, and it was this. So it was bottom of this where it opened at 4 a.m. to this level here with volume, which was at ATR, and it did the same thing. Like I said earlier with it did a double top. When it did this double, and the reason I caught it here was just a little bit late because I was still cycling through what my scanner was calling, and I quickly added in, partialed out, and then based on what the order book was showing me, these bids continued to build to the downside. Again, this was full ATR. I play these as reversals, so I added into the position. I do have alerts that go off at 10 a.m. and you can see I bailed on this position here. There was some type of news that I put on my trading view, and if the price has just a little bit of spread and then you add in some news, whether it's positive or negative, it's just additional volatility that I was not prepared for. So at that point, regardless of where I was in the trade, I just completely exited the position in full. I didn't want to gamble. I like to follow my rules. I like to stick to the plan, and I just do not trade. Or if I'm in a trade, maybe the stop is far enough away from where the current price action is, I just for the most part I bail on it, let things kind of settle down, and then I'll get back into it. And then the last trade I had today was BKR. This was a reversal. These are plays that I started doing when I first jumped into day trading, and specifically with Eamon from BBT, and then I've slowly added them back into my playbook where I'm trading breakouts, pinpoints, as well as a little bit of scalping, but for the most part, those are my bread and butter. It's the reversals and pinpoint and or breakouts, momentum plays. This came up on the scanner into a nice level again, similar to CHWY, where it is full. It's way past ATR. This had a little bit of RVol. I did look at the news, and there wasn't anything that I could see specific to this particular ticker, and one of the things I look for in regards to reversals is the price being parabolic, but I will make exceptions. And in this case, like I said, it's into a level. There wasn't huge volume here, but what it did was you can see that there is a volume push through at the open, kind of stall around VWAP, and then you get another volume push through here. And then as it came into this larger time frame level, it stalled, and you can see the volume drop too, and then it's just kind of ranged. And as soon as it dropped below the 9 moving average, I jumped in. And for the most part, these trade just a little bit differently than breakouts or momentum plays, because I have a pretty good feel or grasp on where the price is going to go, because you can see the, even on Bookmap or in the montage on level 2, you can see the price eat right through all of these orders that are on the book, and it gives me enough confidence to stay in it. I did have my hand on the trigger. You know, this is my third or fourth trade for the day, if you count the ads that I played on the on Chewy and you, and it did tick up against me. That's always expected, just a little bit of overlap, and it played right to my level. I wanted to hold it a little bit longer. I was thinking, should I hold this to VWAP? I just stuck to my plan, and for these particular trades, it is out on the 9, on the 5, and the stop was a little bit wider than ATR. ATR is 87 cents, and typically I shoot for anywhere between 5 to 10, 5 to 8, depends on how the stock is moving. I've never traded this before, and there was a couple cent spread, which is fine, and yeah, so I bailed on this exactly where I was supposed to, and I have no regrets, even though it's still kind of selling off. But that is it for the day. It's a quick day. I have other things lined up that I have to do, and so like I always say, if anybody has any questions, comments, please shoot me an email, DM, comment in the video, and I hope everybody had a great trading day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.